I created a fake online life. It started as a joke, a distraction, a way to escape the boring version of myself I thought I was. But then it spiraled. And the messed up part? Somewhere along the way, I ended up falling in love with myself. Yeah, that's my confession, and it sounds insane, but just wait. I'm 26 now, but this all started when I was 22, fresh out of college. At the time, I was living in this tiny one-bedroom apartment, working a job I hated at a call center, and scrolling social media like my life depended on it. Everyone seemed prettier, cooler, more successful. Girls my age were traveling the world, getting engaged, starting businesses. Me? I was microwaving ramen at midnight and wondering why nobody texted me back. I've always been average. Not ugly, not gorgeous, not stupid, not brilliant. Just somewhere in the middle. And honestly, being average terrified me more than being bad at something. So one night, after scrolling through Instagram until my thumb went numb, I created a new account. A fake one. Her name was Elise. She was me, but better. Elise was everything I wasn't. She was confident, witty, stylish. She had the kind of life that looked good in pictures. Iced lattes in coffee shops, sunsets on rooftops, casual selfies where her eyeliner was always perfect. And here's the kicker. She wasn't some random catfish using strangers' photos. Elise was me, just edited, curated, polished. I use my own selfies, but I face-tuned them. Sharper jawline, clearer skin, brighter eyes. I posted pictures of places I'd been, but made them look glamorous, like I was some kind of traveler. I even wrote captions in this breezy, confident voice I never used in real life. At first, it felt harmless, just a game. Nobody knew it was me, so it didn't matter, right? But then people started following her. Real people. Commenting things like, "You're so inspiring. Your energy is everything. I wish I had your confidence." And every like, every DM, every little hit of validation. It was like a drug. I couldn't stop. Every night after work, I'd come home, collapse on my bed, and spend hours being Elise. Planning posts, staging photos, editing them until I barely recognized myself. It wasn't just online either. I started living like her, buying clothes I couldn't afford because Elise would wear this. Ordering fancy cocktails even though I hated the taste because Elise would drink this. I stopped being me. I became her, and it worked. People wanted her. I even made online friends. People who would stay up until 2 a.m. talking to Elise about life, love, dreams. And every time I'd think, they'd never want to talk to me. Just her. If you're still with me, I need to ask you something. Have you ever created a version of yourself just to feel wanted? Even a tiny one, like lying on a dating app or posting a picture with a filter that changes your whole face? Be honest, because if you have, you'll understand how easy it is to get addicted. Months passed. Elise grew. She had thousands of followers. Brands DM'd her for collaborations. Guys flirted with her. Girls asked her for advice. And me? I felt like a ghost. The real me was invisible, sitting alone in a dark apartment. Elise was alive, glowing on screens around the world. But here's where it gets twisted. I started talking to myself. Not literally in the mirror, but online. I made a second fake account, just some random guy profile, and I started DMing Elise, pretending to be someone who adored her. I'd write messages like, "You're so genuine, I feel like I really know you," or "I think I'm falling for you." And then, as Elise, I'd reply. At first, it was just another layer of the game, but soon, it felt real. Because for the first time in my life, I was both wanted and admired. By myself. I fell in love with Elise. I know how insane that sounds. But I'd lie in bed at night scrolling through her page, reading the captions I wrote, staring at the edited pictures of myself, and I'd feel this ache. Like, why can't I be her all the time? Why can't I be worthy like she is? I'd send her long love letters from that fake account and then switch profiles and respond with just as much passion. It was like I'd created the perfect relationship with myself. But you can't live two lives forever. People in my real life noticed. My coworkers would ask, "Why are you so tired all the time?" My mom asked why I never posted on my personal account anymore. And Ryan, a friend from college who followed both my accounts, texted me one day and said, "Is it just me, or does Elise kind of look like you?" My stomach dropped. I laughed it off, said, "Oh, lots of girls look alike, it's just filters." But from that moment, I was paranoid. Every DM, every post, it felt like someone could expose me. And deep down, I started hating Elise. Because she wasn't just me anymore. She was a monster I couldn't control. Sometimes I'd scroll back to my old photos. The real me, bad lighting, messy hair, cheap clothes. And I'd cry. Because I couldn't remember the last time I'd felt okay being her. It was like I'd killed myself and replaced me with this polished stranger. And everyone liked the stranger more. The breaking point came when one of Elise's online friends asked to meet up in real life. A girl I'd been talking to for months. She lived 2 hours away and messaged, "I feel like we're soul sisters. Let's get coffee." I panicked. I made excuses, said I was busy. She kept pushing. Finally, I ghosted her, and she didn't take it well. She posted a story tagging Elise saying, "Some people aren't who they pretend to be." My hands shook as I read it, because she was right. And it terrified me how close I'd come to being exposed. If you've made it this far, I need to know. Would you have kept going if you were me? Or would you have deleted everything and walked away? Because I swear, even now, I don't know what the right answer was. I couldn't quit. I tried, deleted the app from my phone, swore I was done. But 2 days later, I reinstalled it. The emptiness without Elise was unbearable. But every time I logged back in, I hated myself more. I hated how people praised her. I hated how I craved it. And I hated that I couldn't just be that person in real life. The love letters I wrote to myself became darker. I'd write things like, "You'll never be her," and "The real you is nothing." And some nights, I believed it so deeply, I thought about ending it, just so the only version of me left would be Elise. Now, 4 years later, I've deleted all the accounts. Elise is gone, but not really, because people still message my real account saying, "Hey, whatever happened to Elise? I loved her content." And I just ignore them. Sometimes I dream about her. I'll see her face, my face, but better, and I'll feel this longing, like losing the love of my life. Other times, I feel relief, like I escaped a cult I created for myself. The truth? I don't know who I am without her, and maybe I never will. A few weeks ago, I found myself scrolling through old files on my laptop, and there she was, Elise. Hundreds of edited photos I'd saved. I clicked on one, her smiling on a rooftop, hair glowing in the sunset. And for a moment, I felt it again, that ache, that love. I whispered out loud, "I miss you." And then it hit me. I created a fake online life. I fell in love with myself. And now, I don't know if I'll ever stop grieving her,